Many parents and teachers will say that having high expectations on their students will push them farther, which can be true, but with all of the other stresses of life, academic pressure from teachers and parents could be the one thing to send someone over the edge. As someone who has constantly been pushed to excel in school, I've experienced many scenarios where pressure from school and expectations from my teachers and parents have done the opposite of what they've intended to do. Rather than push me to do better in school, the expectations I was held to eventually pushed my motivation away. After so many years of straight A's, AP and honors classes, and putting school first no matter what because that is what everyone expected of me, I became very burnt out and uninterested in school. All it took for me to get back on track was to have a heartfelt conversation with a teacher. Knowing that a teacher cared about what I had going on outside of school and genuinely wanted me to reach my full potential showed me that it's okay to mess up sometimes or to be imperfect. People my age must understand that perfection is not the key to academic success. The true key is to balance pleasure activities and responsibilities so that one can maintain happiness and ultimately reach their full potential. Mental health issues, including anxiety and depression, are worsened by and can be caused by academic pressure from school, teachers, and parents. The solution for this problem is for better connections to be made between teachers and students, more learning options in classrooms, and higher amounts of support for students. I'm going to start by explaining how many people my age experience depression and anxiety, and I will then relate that to the cause, which is that academic pressure from teachers and parents. I will then provide ways that teachers and students can work together to reduce academic pressure. According to a study conducted by NYU, it was reported that of all students surveyed, 49% claimed that they had faced a great deal of stress on a daily basis. Another 26% claimed that they had been diagnosed with mental health disorders, such as generalized anxiety and depression. Students have the highest rates of depression compared to other age groups. So why are students not shown more support for their mental health? Issues with mental health can rapidly decrease energy levels, levels of concentration, dependability, and optimism, ultimately hindering overall performance. There's a strong correlation between depression and anxiety and lower grades among students. Despite the prevalence of mental health disorders in students and the relationship established between academic pressure and depression, the education system is designed to increase stress without offering enough leniency to combat the added stress. Many students today are facing a large number of challenges from their coursework, but most students also face problems in relationships, economic strain, and social injustice, mass violence, and not to mention the many forms of loss from the COVID pandemic. Students have much more to worry about than just school. Research provided by the American Psychological Association indicates that when we feel stressed or overwhelmed from school, not only does it demotivate us from doing the work, it can affect our long-term achievement and increase dropout rates. Academic stress affects students by causing obsession with grades, anxiety, extreme competitiveness, sleep difficulties, social isolation, and even changes in appetite and substance abuse. The overall goal of the education system should be to genuinely educate the students. Yet today's education system does nothing but teaches students how to turn in an assignment by 11:59 p.m. Many teachers expect highly from their students because they believe that it will increase their motivation and grades. But a lot of times, it causes students to feel overwhelmed and can either cause an obsession with their grades or complete loss of motivation, neither of which are particularly favorable. Many students think that the demands that they are forced with are inappropriate for their age level, and that a lot of students are expected to complete adult-level work. Something has to give if teachers and professors truly want to see the highest potential of their students. Teachers and professors are meant to provide their students with available information that will help them later in their careers and help change future generations. From my experience, the most I've ever enjoyed a class in high school was when I could make a valuable connection with my teacher. I and most other students find it a lot easier to succeed in a class where we feel comfortable and heard. Having a teacher that listens and genuinely cares about the students can drastically improve the attitude and motivation. Providing clear and realistic expectations for both classwork and homework are some great tips for helping to support students. Another great option for teachers to support students is to have an open and honest conversation with them and provide ways to manage school, work, and home stress. Some more ideas are to teach kids early on how to effectively manage their time so that they can achieve their ultimate goals. Researchers from Stanford University claim that surveys show students end up suffering from inadequate sleep, indulging in study drugs, which are amphetamines like Adderall. Many students also experience extreme anxiety that lasts long beyond school and into college and their adult life. Many teachers believe that having high expectations conveys the message that the students are capable. The truth is that there is a time and place for high expectations. While in some cases, depending on the particular person, high expectations may push them to work harder. However, this only accounts for a small percentage of students. The majority of people my age that have dealt with their mental health will agree that academic pressure and high expectations have contributed to the worsening of their mental state. The solution to the failing education system is to increase student support from schools and provide alternative methods of classwork to create an environment that makes students feel comfortable and ready to learn. The increase in mental health issues among teenagers, coupled with the workloads and lack of support from schools, will do nothing but make the trend of depression among teenagers worse. All students want from their teachers is for them to prove that they want to help us rather than pull us down.